What's up, YouTube? I'm William Bitter, and this is my channel, Money Thoughts.
Money Thoughts.
In today's video, I'm going to share one of the most powerful tools that I personally use to get shit done and accomplish all my goals. Sometimes life can get overwhelming with so much to do all the time and so many values, priorities, and goals swirling around in your head. It's difficult to keep track of everything you need to do, and often you spend so much time and energy just thinking about all the things you need to do instead of actually doing them. The tool that I use, which I think is a very powerful tool, is just the tool of list making a list. You see, I think at least once a year you should sit down with a piece of paper and write down everything that you would want to do with your entire life. Write down what's important to you, write down your goals, write down what you want to accomplish, who you want to be, and your values. Just imagine that anything that you write down on this piece of paper is going to get done, and all you have to do is write it down. The sky is the limit. So don't limit yourself with, oh, in order to do this, I have to do this, and get overwhelmed. Just everything that you want from life. Write down a super comprehensive list of everything you want to do. You see, I think the first step in accomplishing any goal is to take it from like your abstract mental world where it's just in your head and put it into the physical world where now all of a sudden you've taken the first step in just acknowledging that this is actually something that you want. I think it's a really good exercise just for us to acknowledge what we really want. And I think just flushing out everything that you want, all of your wildest dreams to come true and putting on a piece of paper, it's also just really fun. So that's kind of the fun, easy part, right? But then, in order to accomplish all these goals, you need to come up with a plan. And this is a plan that's going to take place over time. Because the truth is, you can only do one thing at a time, right? Once you flush everything out onto paper, then you have to basically come up with a plan for what you're going to do to work towards your goals today, tomorrow, next week, next month, this summer, this following winter, the next year. And there are probably going to be certain things that are more important to you than other things. And so those things that you want to prioritize will move up in your list, and things that you don't really care about doing this year or next year, but you just want to do at some point, can stay at the bottom of your list. But make sure to never delete anything off your list unless you've either done it or you don't want to do it anymore. For me, I honestly just use the notepad on my iPhone and I have everything listed there. Just for this example, I'm just going to use a little spreadsheet that I made. All the way at the bottom, you're going to have your main goals and your purpose in life, and list everything, skydiving, like whatever you want to get done. So now that you have this comprehensive list of all your goals and things that you want to get done, first you're going to have like your list of things that you need to do today, and then each day of the week, and then you're also going to have like each month and the summer. So basically now you're separating short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals. And so this is really important because, when you think of everything that you have to do to meet your goals, it can be really overwhelming. But when you just have a to-do list of like what you need to do today, then you can focus on doing one thing at a time. And that makes accomplishing these long-term goals so much easier because all you can really do is one thing on your to-do list at a time. And then, and any time something comes up that you have to do, it could be anything like go to the doctor, immediately put it on your to-do list. Some people prefer to put it in their calendar, but just anything that needs to get done, make sure to assign a certain day and even assign a certain time to it. And that way it'll get done on that time and that day. For today, I'm gonna have, all my things that I need to do today, like work, and then work, and then, I don't know, see the doctor. But then I'm always gonna be thinking, okay, this week, what can I do to work towards these long-term goals? Let's say it's snowboarding. Maybe Tuesday I realize that I have some time and I'm gonna research a snowboarding trip or something. I don't know. But like whatever it is, like each day of the week, try to like do something to work towards your goals. Skydiving, and honestly, even if it's just a baby step, like research skydiving costs, and training facilities or something, right? But what you want to do is you want to fill your week up with tons of things that are working towards your goals. And then all you can do, once you finish everything on your to-do list for today, you can start looking at the rest of the week and seeing if there's anything that you can do in your to-do list for the week and do it sooner. Or you can even look at your medium to long-term goals and see if there's anything you can do to work towards those long-term goals. And this really helps me because now, instead of all these random thoughts about like things that I want to do with my life popping in my mind and then popping out, popping in, popping out, I'm like, oh, I've always wanted to do that. And, you know, next time someone mentions like, you know, I don't know, hot air balloon ride in, I don't know, South Africa or something, like instead of it just popping in your mind and then not doing anything about it, you know, put it in your main goals, purposes in life, and like go on a hot air balloon ride if that's what's important to you, or like learn how to play guitar or something, right? And then once it's in these longer term goals, you can start looking at moving these long-term goals into medium-term goals and short-term goals. You know, short-term might be research, you know, where to do a hot air balloon ride or something, and medium-term might be like, oh, this summer I know I have a couple weeks that I can take off work, and then it's like go on a hot air balloon trip or go on a snowboarding trip. Oh, I guess that wouldn't be summer, but you get the point. So the point is, anytime you have to do something, just quick put it on the list, and that way you no longer have to think about it. And and try, if you can, to put it on the list somewhere that has a specific time and day. You know, if you have time that day, just copy keys, just put it on your list for that day and get it done, right? Be realistic with yourself, and if you don't think you're able to get a certain amount of things done today, just spread it out throughout the week. And then, you know, don't beat yourself up if you can't do all of the things on your list each day. Just push it back a day, and try to get everything done. And then when you get things done, then move things up. So it's really just like about having a plan of like how you're going to work on all your goals, having it in writing, having it set to a certain day, and try to make baby steps. You know, like no one accomplishes big things overnight. It usually is like years and years and years of having like small tasks that build up to something big. So for me personally, like almost everything I've done in my life has started out on this list. And then I'm always strategizing, looking at my list and like looking at where I can fit certain activities to work towards my goals in on my list. Pretty much everything that I've accomplished started out with an idea, moved onto a list, and then I started strategizing about when I could work towards those goals, using daily lists, weekly lists, and monthly lists. And the more things that I realized that if I wrote it on the list I would do, the more like positive reward I was like, oh wow, every time I put something on the list, I'm actually making it happen and doing it. And that creates more confidence in putting more crazy things on the list. And so this confidence builds and builds of like what you're capable of. And that's why I say, like, when you start out with your big goals, like just imagine that you're capable of anything, because chances are you are. It just might take 5 to 10 years of, you know, it might take a long-term plan. But, you know, we as humans, like whatever we like obsess about and like put on our list, and you know, if you're looking, like for me, I look at my list every day, so I'm constantly seeing like what's important to me. And if I have something pop in my mind that's important to me that I want to get done or that I want to experience or accomplish or do, you know, and it's not on my list, I'm like, oh, I need to write this down on my list. And that way I keep seeing it until I make a plan and then get it done. And so that's my process. And like, you know, everyone's brain is different, but for me, like, because I might have like a little bit of ADD, or it's hard for me to I have so many things that I want to do and it's hard for me to focus. This list making really helps me relax, because like once it's all written down, then all I have to do is like, I basically have an outline of everything I'm going to do for the day, and I'll even have like time slots for like what I'm doing. And then all I have to do is do the next thing in my list for the day and give it my full attention. And I almost don't even have to think about, all the other things. I just know as long as I'm doing what I need to do today, that I'm working towards all my goals. This is one of my greatest tools and strategies for getting things done, and I really hope this resonates with someone out there. Please let me know what you guys think, if you guys have other ways of organizing your thoughts and accomplishing your goals, and I would love to hear your strategies in the comments below. Also, if you like content like this, please like my video. I super appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you guys all follow your dreams, do what you're passionate about, and work patiently towards your goals. Peace.
Save and invest your money.